This is the Bay Area's news station. KRON 4 News at 8 starts now.
A weekend storm giving the Bay Area much-needed rain, but also bringing hazards and headaches across the region with flood warnings, high wind advisories, and some storm damage. Authorities are urging those on the road to slow down and stay safe. Good evening. Vicky Liviakis is off tonight. Rob Flattable here. Thanks for joining us. KRON 4 is tracking the storm and bringing you team coverage tonight. KRON 4's Philippe Jugol is live in Pacheco, showing us how deadly the rain can be. KRON 4's Dan Rubin is live at San Francisco International Airport. He'll show us how the storm is affecting flights there. But first, we're headed to the North Bay, where it has been getting hit hard all day. There's been flood warnings in Sonoma County. The latest on that now from KRON 4's Scott Rates.
Well, we are certainly seeing a lot of rain up here in the North Bay, specifically Sonoma County. And while this rain is a welcomed change, the flooding it's bringing with it is not. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Right behind me, I'm right off of Highway 121 here in Sonoma County. And you can see this is a side street, and it is completely flooded tonight. But that's just the beginning of what I want to show you out here. As I pan over here to the left side of me, you can see right off in the distance, this is Route 12 along Highway 121. And this intersection also completely flooded out tonight. This area and this roadway has been shut down for several hours as the flooding continues to grow out here. Now, I've driven all over the North Bay today, and this is definitely the worst I've found right here along Highway 121 at Route 12. You can see that water just coming up over the curb here into the street. A few brave souls tried to make it through, but then they quickly realized the water was too deep and turned around and got out of there. But this was not the only section of roadway that was flooded out today. Take a look at this. This is up in Sonoma County as well. The Rohnert Park Expressway. That section of road had to be closed from Stony Point Road to Rancho Verde Road because of flooding. Then take a look at this a little south of where you just saw that. This is in Petaluma. This is a driving range I found. No golf today. Another problem is along Highway 101. Caltrans officials have been out here making sure that drains are clear so that highway doesn't flood. Obviously a major concern for them and the CHP, who have been watching this storm very closely. And I did check. I can tell you the CHP will continue monitoring the conditions throughout the evening. They say as soon as some of this water goes down, they will be able to reopen Highway 121, but don't count on that happening until we see a break in some of this rain. Reporting in Sonoma County, Scott Rates, KRON 4 News.
We're tracking the storm as we send it over to KRON 4's meteorologist Brian Van Eyck. And Brian, a lot of rain on the ground already. More on the way, huh?
There is. There's another storm on the way for tomorrow, Rob, that's going to pick up the rain once again. And there could be more flooding problems around the Bay Area, especially the North Bay. But for right now, we are between systems, and Storm Tracker 4 Live is showing that the rain is fairly light and scattered right now. Notice not too much into the South Bay, and just a few showers out there currently into San Francisco, also into the North Bay for San Rafael. Walnut Creek and Concord also getting some light rain, as the heaviest activity from today has now moved off to the east. But again, we have another system on the way for tomorrow. Live view San Francisco, still wet out there for this evening, even though the rain is relatively light. As we go through tomorrow, look for rain to intensify, and it will add to the impressive totals we've already had. These are the amounts since Wednesday night. Mount Tam, nearly 13 inches of rain from the series of systems. Into the North Bay Hills for Venado and Mount St. Helena, between 7 and 8 inches. Also Napa and Santa Rosa with lots of rain between 5.5 and 6.5 inches, and that has made for flooding conditions. Elsewhere, the rainfall amounts fall off very rapidly the farther south you go. The main impact of these systems has been into the North Bay. Notice into San Francisco just over an inch, and just a few tenths as we get into the South Bay and East Bay. But again, we'll add to these totals tomorrow. All the details coming up. Rob?
Very good, Brian. The wet weather also causing some major damage tonight. The storm being blamed for causing a landslide on Fort Ross Road in Sonoma County. Take a look. The slide washed away a huge section of the roadway this morning, burying a truck and causing one home to be evacuated.
The house has exhibited no damage at this point. The slide is still about 100 feet away, but if it decides to turn, it could very well take the house with it.
The road is closed indefinitely, and drivers should avoid the area. The rain also sent a tree crashing down on phone lines near Forestville. The tree took out a fence and a utility pole on Oakwild Lane before landing in the road. As you might imagine, storms can be especially difficult on the homeless. Tonight in Contra Costa County, outreach workers are checking under bridges and overpasses and offering help for those without shelter, trying to brave the weather. KRON 4's Philippe Jagal is live now in Pacheco, where workers made a stop. Philippe.
Rob, I'm just off of Pacheco Boulevard above Grayson Creek, and we're told that this is a very popular area for the homeless to try and get away from the rain just below this overpass. But as Doug Stewart with Central County Homeless Outreach shows us, this is also a very dangerous area.
You can see down here, this is much lower, so the water only has to go from there to there. I mean, and that it's a lot lower, so you're talking, what, 12, 15 feet. That's a matter of about an hour.
Wow, and then there's a wall back there, so the water just builds up.
Yeah, it just comes up and goes up on the walls. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the water touch this before. I mean, it's been up here. So you can obviously see this is where this person's laying. There's their wind block. This is where they're at. So this is where they've been sleeping. There's their plastic. I mean, you can see he's sleeping right here, and the water is literally right there. That's about 12 or 15 feet, if that. Once storms start coming, or once we know they're coming, this is all we'll do is do the creeks, because I want to make sure these guys are safe out here, man. I care about these guys. So we're going to just leave him some fresh blankets, a little bit of food, some fresh socks for his feet, some hygiene kit, and breakfast for in the morning. We see a lot of people, so anywhere from 15 to 30. Some people don't want them, you know. But now at least I know when he comes down here tonight, he'll be warm and be fed, you know, and he'll have dry feet, you know, dry socks on his feet. So, you know, it's about all we can do for him, you know. It's just a bummer. Wish we could do more.
Well, every little bit helps, and Doug is obviously doing all that he can. He says that he's going to be going out every night from 8 until 5 in the morning until these storms pass. Live in Pacheco tonight, Philippe Jagal, KRON 4 News.
Thanks, Philippe. This weekend's rainstorm also making travel a nightmare. Dan Rubin is joining us now live from SFO, where he met some stranded passengers. Dan.
Well, the duty manager here at SFO says the delays are averaging 30 to 90 minutes, Rob. There have been 82 canceled flights already today. About half are departing, half are arriving. So that means the flight delays are not special to just SFO, but if people are transferring flights at SFO, they're not getting any relief from flight delays.
Rain, rain, and more rain. People just passing through SFO are making it an extended stay.
We arrived like 2 hours after the scheduled arrival time, so missed my connection.
That's what happened to this family I found camping out at Terminal 3. They have a long time to try and get comfortable.
We check in around 1 o'clock, and we have to wait until 11 tonight, so that's 10 hours.
Other delays weren't so bad.
12, 15 minutes. Our flight was delayed by like an hour and a half.
It turns out that once you're actually on a plane, delays don't always come to an end.
As of like 90 minutes into my wife and my daughter's scheduled flight, she texted me to let me know that she is still on the tarmac waiting.
Ronnie Richardson almost lost track of how long he's been waiting.
But 2 hours getting out of there. I was supposed to left here at 2 o'clock. I'm not going to leave here now until 7. That's 5. Another 2, that's 7 hours. And then about almost 12 hours, 12-hour delay.
If there's a fight against Mother Nature, Ronnie would be on the front lines.
I'm coming off a 25-month tour in Korea, so I'm trying to get home to my family. I haven't seen in 2 years, and then for this to happen, you know, I mean, I'm gonna make it home, but I ain't happy.
Yeah, well, Ronnie definitely isn't the only one who's upset around here. However, a lot of people I talked with were upset because they'd been bumped off a flight or had different problems with their individual carrier, and those are problems that even the heaviest rain can't wash away. Reporting live at SFO, Dan Rubin, KRON 4 News.